in front. Jimmy's packing plenty of power. He's hanging on. Cordobes can't get him. Jimmy the Bear from Cordobes.
Welcome back to my channel. This is my preview for the Group 3 Aurie Star Race Day at Flemington for the weekend. Very keen on a couple, and I'm very keen in the class in the Aurie Star and in the last. But let's get into the preview and let's find the winners, and hopefully we have a lot more than last week, only finding the one in Jimmy the Bear.
Race number 1 at Flemington is a benchmark 70 handicap for the 3-year-olds over the 1410 metres, and I'm with Proscenium Arch here. It was a very impressive debut. Straight up alongside him and bolted away and won by a big space, putting a margin on both its rivals. And look, that was on a heavy track, so I don't think soft ground's going to be any issue to this horse. And even if Flemington gets to a good track, it shouldn't worry. This horse has proved itself on the soft going. 57.5 is the lightest weighted horse in this field and only goes up a half a kilo from last start of winning and draws a beautiful barrier. So I think Proscenium March is the one to beat. Berkeley Square is a very good chance in this race. Bit short though, considering on debut won impressively, eased down on the line to win by a fair space. Then it went to Caulfield and did show its class and ran second to a pretty smart one in Boogie Dancer, who the stable have a high opinion of. Palaggio for third. I hope I'm saying that right. Bolted it on the synthetic on its debut. Has to bring it to the turf now, but was a very good win and Taut you could over the odds at $16 for my fourth selection. But I'm with Proscenium March, race 1 at Flemington, $25 the win. Race number 2 at Flemington is a benchmark 84 handicap for the mares over the 1410 metres, same distance as the first. And I'm with Quintello here. As far as I'm concerned, this horse should just simply be winning. Last start at Flemington contested a benchmark 90 handicap for the mares and was disappointing, but I think back in grade here, good jockey on him, Mark Zara. Never ridden the horse before, loves this distance range of the 1400 metres, good on any track, open short, and I think it's going to be winning here. Defiant, Diva. I did actually have quite a bit of trouble splitting these two, but now seeing what the market's doing, I can see that Quintello is the better chance of Defiant, Diva. And I've got it for a second. So Say Angel's probably racing in South Australia, and Indented Head was a good winner last start, but I'm very keen. Race number 2, Flemington on Quintello, $45 the win. Race number 3 at Flemington is a benchmark 70 handicap over the 1100 metres, the first race down the straight in what seemed to be a very difficult race, considering that the favourite is a massive chance, but does have to carry the big weight of 60.5 kilos, but does have the... Oh, that's after they claim for Campbell Rawilla, who's riding very well at the moment. But I actually like Grand Pope here. I'm pretty keen on his chances, actually. Back down the straight, 1100. D. Oliver on, over the odds in my opinion at 950. Varanskov is going to run a very good race. Ran second on resuming behind Squid Game, was in a photo finish with that horse. Probably would prefer this horse to stay on the soft ground for this horse, but look, it can go on anything. Is a very good chance. Lord Paramount for Jamie Carr can run well, and 6x63, like I said, a chance, but does have the big weight to carry. But I'm with Grand Pope, race 3 at Flemington, 15 the win. Race number 4 at Flemington is a benchmark 78 handicap over the 2,000 metres, and I'm with the horse that's got to carry the big weight but gets the supreme jockey on in Jamie Carr, and that's Blue Cup. Third up here, has had 3 starts, third up for a win in their second. Comes bringing form over from overseas where it was very competitive in some high-class races. And I can't wait to see what this horse does. The market's open short, and I can see this horse in my head winning. That's why I've got it on top. The biggest danger, I think, is the Awesome Sun. Third up as well, Jamie Mott on. Goes on anything and is very good. Third up, 1 start for the win. 3 starts at the distance for the 2 wins, and 1 start at Flemington for no placing. So I can see him really well. Mr. Pickwick has to come up in grade, but at $18, he is over the odds. And Maximus Prime needs a win in Australia, but can do so and is at $5.50. But I'm with Blue Cup, race for Flemington, very keen, $60 the win. Race number 5 is the Group 3 Aurie Star Handicap, the feature of the day over the 1200 metres down the straight. And I can't believe the odds of this horse, Stage Man, at 650. He's well worth a play for mine. Damien Oliver on. And I can see this horse running really well here. First up, 6 starts for the 2 wins, a second and 2/3. So it's only missed a place once being first up. Loves this distance, only missing a place once and only finishing out of the qualifier once at this distance. Goes on good, goes on soft. D. Oliver on. He's very likeable, this horse, and considering a lot of the favourites are quite short, happy to take the odds of Stage Man. Shooting for gold for second is a Brisbane horse coming down, gets Jamie Carr on, does get some weight off Stage Man. He's carrying 54 kilos and is a very likeable horse, can go on anything, and actually beat King of Sparta in the Healy last start where Shooting for Gold didn't get a lot of luck, and he's been running well over the winner up in Queensland, but just didn't get a lot of luck. Serious Suspect is a 1200 metre Flemington specialist, and King of Sparta for mine, too short at 270. He was good. It was good winning the Bletchingley, but I think Stage Man's got a bet on him, and will be winning here. 35 the win, Stage Man. 15 the win, Shooting for Gold as the saver. Race number 6 at Flemington is a benchmark 84 handicap over the 1620 metres, and I am with the South Australian visitor in Cashin Chex here. Ben Mallam aboard, carrying 56 kilos. I think that this horse is only going to run well. I don't care about the odds. I think they're brilliant. Goes on anything soft, good, doesn't matter. Handles the 1600 metres. From last start, bolting in over the 1550 at Morphettville, winning by over 5 lengths, carrying 60.5 kilos, and it's scary to think that he drops 4.5 kilos from his run there. Imagine what he can do here. And I've got him on top. Lyrical lad loves the 1600 metres, and I think it's a very, very good winning chance. Like I said, goes on anything, loves the 1600 metres. Jamie Modon, good chance. He's our Bonneval, the import, is going to run well, though does rise heavily in weight of its last start, third at Caulfield, behind Edison, and he just shocks way too short at 370. Yes, it was a very impressive win last start, but does have to take it to the 1600 metres, but does get Damien Oliver on, but I'd want to see him do it again, and he needed that win considering he hadn't won for a while. But cash and checks for me, race 6, 45 the win, 16 the win, the saver on Lyrical lad. Race number 7 at Flemington is a handicap over the 2500 metres, 2530 metres. And I've got Horrifying on top here. Craig Williams would have had the decision to ride Teewaters and Horrifying after they both won impressively last start. And he chose to ride Horrifying. So with that lead, I've gone with him on top. Very consistent in this campaign. Bolted away in one last start at Flemington, winning the Flemington Cup. Carries a very winnable weight here in 54.5 kilos. And it was the same weight he actually carried last start at over the 2800 metres. Comes back to the 2530. No issue about the trip. And I can see him winning, and that's why I've got him on top. Teewaters, yes, it was impressive. First go past 2,000 metres or over the extended trip prior past his Derby run. And it was a very good win, but Craig Williams just jumped off. That's why I've got him for second. He's a good winning chance, but I just couldn't have him that short without Craig Williams on. High Emocean, I think, is going to run a really good race here. Absolute cracker. He ran a really good race first up, running third, and is suited over this distance and can run really well. Second up for Linda Midge, carrying 54 kilos. And Memphis, the import, over the odds of $41, but I'm with Horrifying, race 7 at Flemington, $30 the win. Race number 8 at Flemington is another handicap race over the 1,410 metres, and I think the favourite in Nicolini Vito is way too short here. Does carry a winnable weight, but 230 is too short. I'm with Macram for Mark Zara, carries top weight of 58 kilos, but at $15 he is way over the odds. I think they're actually, the Hayes boys are targeting the Caulfield Cup with this horse, and he's still very untapped. He comes over from overseas. First up at Flemington, didn't have a lot of luck. They went to the 1,700 metres at Flemington on Anzac Day under Jai McNeil and bolted away. It was a very, very strong winner. Gets Mark Zara aboard here. Loves this distance range. Enjoys the track. goes on anything. First up, has a good record. And I think at $15, Macram is the one that's over the odds, along with William Thomas. Now, I know what you're going to say. Why is he tipping this horse? This horse is clearly gone. Well, yes, that's because he was over sprint trips. He's now up to the 1,400 metres, a track he loves, and back potentially on good ground. I've always said that this horse is a good track horse, and I can't wait to see how he goes here. Drawn beautifully in barrier 11, gets Billy Egan back in the saddle with 54 kilos. I think you're going to see a much run improved race from William Thomas on the weekend. Nicolini Vito, like I said, too short at 225, though, is a winner. And Shandy over the odds at $13 now with the Clayton Douglas stable. But I've got 20 the win on Macram, 10 the win on William Thomas, race 8, Flemington. And race number 9 is a benchmark 84 handicap over the 1,100 metres to finish the day, and it's a one-horse race for mine. Fire, 225. He was absolutely dominant last start at Sandown, and the question is, he started short. The question was, did you want to take the short price? Well, if you did, good on you, because he won like an absolute good horse, bolting away to win by over 5 lengths. In the combination margin between second and third to where the winning post was between him. And look, this horse is second up. One start for the win, second up. Potential dry ground. One last start on a heavy track so he can handle the soft ground if that eventuates with 54 kilos, considering last start he carried 58.5. It's scary what he's going to do with 4.5 less kilos. So I think he's the best bet of the day, Fire in the last. Get on, because I don't think he's going to start 225 on the day. I've already backed him. Squid game for seconds. Very good down the straight, though has been beaten by a couple of class horses, and I think that's going to happen again here. Chain of Lightning, 3 from 3, gets Jamie Carroll on good chance, and Selburose over the odds at $41. Didn't run the 1,400 out of his last 2 starts. Comes back to the sprint trip, but Fire, 70 the win in the last. Best bit of the day at Flemington. Thank you very much for watching my preview for Group 3 Aurie Star Stakes Day. I'm very, very keen on Stage Man and Fire. I'm expecting a very classy showing from them both, but hopefully I atone from last week where I only got one winner, and this week can have a lot more. Thank you for watching the preview, and I'll see you next week.